Oh, yeah. We are live. You are listening to the Love Gurus podcast. We're basically on time tonight, man.
This is the most on time of time.
I'm so fucking proud of us, dude. We're starting right.
You think your love life is going kind of bad?
It's awful.
If you find out your girlfriend accidentally banged your dad.
Yeah, that's going to ruin Football Thursday.
Yeah.
You think your romance
I'm going to place kick him right in the dick now.
Laces out.
Don't worry. Yeah.
Find out your fiance has been slipping it to your mom.
At two, mommy.
Whoa.
Just ask the Love Gurus to tell you what to do.
You're goddamn right we will. That's us, bro.
Love Gurus, what should I do?
You guys
Please
are
answer my prayer.
You are the wise old sages of love.
Oh, yeah, dude. We're sagey as fuck.
You're
Feeling good.
Yeah.
Feeling good. We are going to take ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit and from you guys in the chat, man.
Yeah.
We're the Love Gurus and we're live. It's every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you got any questions, write them into loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, put that shit in the chat, man. Get on YouTube.
Yes.
Give us your questions. Give us your comments. We'll read them live on air. But Suzanne, how was your week?
Week's been all right, but you know what? I'm the older I get, I'm getting to be a very great sleeper. Woke up at 3 a.m. Okay,
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like one of those grandmas. Do you remember like when your grandma would come to stay with you when you were a kid, and you like wake up at 4 a.m. and your grandma's just like in the kitchen with a cigarette? You're like, Grandma, what time is it? She's like, it's time for you to get up. Like I'm gonna be. Even though I'm not gonna have children, but it's. I'm just saying I'm starting to really get this, like, you know, I'm starting to wake up very early in the morning. But the good news is I'm using my time wisely. I watched Fortune Feimster's new special, and it was great. It was great.
Yeah, she's great.
She's so
She's
great.
Oh, she's fabulous.
It's so good.
She's
It
so
was
good.
so good. I just like watched in awe, and then I was like, I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe that's gonna, you know what I mean? But it's just such joy. So I recommend that. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what if when we have kids, how about we hire you to be the grandma at 4 a.m.?
Yes!
How about that?
Yeah.
You can provide a service. I mean,
wait outside with the negligee and just like,
Yeah.
are you
Yeah.
home yet? Can I
Well,
close
yeah.
up? Can I
but
close
you
up?
need
Hey!
that. You need that grandma house coat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And you just don't give a shit what you look like anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
Yeah.
that crass behavior. But the instant your principal says that you're not doing well in school, I'm there with a tire iron.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
You know,
100%.
it's not a love relationship, but it's a protective relationship, if that makes
No,
sense.
But until
In everybody's visual, did you have her with curlers in her hair?
Oh,
as well?
yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I don't see anymore, by the way. Is that
No,
purely
people
like
don't
an
really
80s?
do that, I don't think.
No, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
curlers
Just have-
are still a thing.
Well, yeah, but don't they have like they just do the curling irons
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't see
No,
anybody
it depends.
run out of the
it depends
house.
on the look that you're getting.
Really?
It
Because
depends on who you're following on TikTok.
also,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, remember, a lot of people are now. It's more like because what people have under the bonnet. Like you don't know what they're rocking under there.
That's a
Yes.
good point. Fair
Good
enough.
point. Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. That is a good point. But I will tell you that Suzanne will not be a good grandma because she still hasn't held the baby. For those of you regular listeners out there, still has not held the baby.
Here's my question for Jake's baby. Are you 3 months old yet and not fragile as fuck? Whoa.
Dude, he's growing up fast. He's like a 3-month-old
to be
trapped
fair,
in a 1-month-old
he
body.
did look a lot bigger today.
Okay, but
Dude,
So,
he's getting fucking
he's getting
huge.
big.
For the first few months, it is kind of like car dealership advertisement, and you kind of just don't
Yeah.
know where
Once
the
he's
center
3
of gravity
months,
is. Yeah.
we're going on walks.
Honestly-
we're going to watch TV. We're going to talk. We're
It's-
going to have the best time.
I found it's all about because like the fear is the head, it gets wobbly, right? But once you figure out that the head
because the head
and the
is
neck
it's
is
a
together,
little marshmallowy right now.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it weighs too much for the neck, so it just kind of goes wherever. So you just have to support the head. But once you realize, like, oh, I can take my hand, kind of put it between the head and the shoulders, you know, like the shampoo, and you put it in between. You can just one hand the fucking baby,
Yeah,
and
it
you can do like
becomes-
chores and stuff. It's great.
It's like a football helmet. Now
Dude,
the baby
I
can
carry
do
him like a
anything.
football.
Yeah.
Oh, I still have problems grasping glasses of iced tea. No, just
Yeah,
not.
no, the baby's easier than iced tea.
You got to know your limits, folks.
But here's the thing: she doesn't have to because that's not her role. Her role is traumatizing the child at 4 in the morning.
It's
She doesn't
true.
have to hold the baby in order to do that. that. It's actually good that there's a separation.
Once he can open his eyes for 8 minutes, okay, then we're talking.
That's true. But no, I need drunk Suzanne more for like the life lessons that go nowhere. You know what I mean? Like she'll be like the drunk aunt who just sounds like sounds like she's giving a life lesson where she's like, when I was a kid, we did not have Instagram. We didn't have any of that. We would go outside and we would play kickball. And you're like, well, I thought that was going to go somewhere. I thought you were like teaching me something.
When I was a little girl, we went up to strangers and asked for the candy. Yeah. We didn't think it was a danger.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why.
And when they put raisins in it, we resold the raisins. We did. We did. We thought it was a plus.
I think the general rule. Anytime that your friends or your family has children, it's the slow burn. Don't be that person that's there day one. Oh my God. But then when something happens, when that kid is 13 years old and you are there right by his side, what? Right. I'm just saying.
But also
play the long game when it comes to kids.
As new parents, all the new parents that we've interacted with recently, kind of the number one thing that you can do for us, you don't have to hold the baby. All we want is food. Like, can you get food delivered?
Can you just give us a casserole? Can you just have...
That's all new parents seem to want.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, here's what I want, is I want chats, man. I want people in the chat. Joel on YouTube says, good evening, campers. Good evening, Joel. How's it going, bud? He says Suzanne isn't going to hold him until he asks. Yeah, I mean,
Consent, it matters.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm teaching my son. That's not what I'm teaching my son. You got your values, I got mine, and my son's going to have his. It's just, that's the way it is.
I think one small step we missed in the podcast so far is introducing the guest.
Oh, yeah. Let me introduce our two awesome guests. They are both hilarious stand-up comics. They kill it on TikTok, too, man, and on Instagram. Follow their socials. But they're both great. Both first-time guests of the podcast. First up, she's a hilarious stand-up comic.
I've been on your podcast.
What?
Yeah, I was on your podcast.
She's on our podcast a few times.
You have been on before. Fuck, man. See, that's how drunk I get. And I forgot everything that happened.
But it's okay. We're gonna shake it, and we're gonna etch a sketch it. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Returning guest. First returning guest of the podcast. She's a hilarious stand-up comic. Laura, hi. Thank you for being back on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being back again.
Thank you for remembering. I appreciate it.
I don't remember much. It's a running theme of the show.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. But first up, second up, rather. See, I'm fucking things up all over. He, for sure, is a first-time guest of the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was going to be like, I live here. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Dave Columbo, thank you for being on.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for being on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited about this episode. We've got really good questions. I hope. I didn't read them.
I would say if there were a theme to the questions for this week, it would be when relationships gone awry to sort of categorize and to put it in your little basket.
We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it, guys.
Yeah, we
are. As in, I think it's gone awry. Am I correct?
Correct.
Has this gone off? Has this relationship gone off? Or
the relationship has gone awry.
Or has it turned into rye? Because rye bread is delightful.
There you go. And rye whiskey's good too.
Rye
I like
whiskey,
that.
yes.
Love an old fashioned. Love an old
It's big in
fashioned.
Iowa where I'm from. Templeton. Love it.
But yeah, great.
Shout out to Templeton.
Templeton Rye. Rumor has it, according to the back of the bottle, it was Al Capone's favorite liquor. Yeah. I don't know why the marketing department would lie about such a thing.
Yeah.
But it did make a serious claim on the back of there that was his favorite.
If he had stuck with us, they wouldn't have got him for tax.
We are mass murderer's favorite.
Yeah, dude. Also, Dahmer used to love this podcast. He fucking did. He loved the podcast. It was, I was sad to see him go, honestly.
Bundy had his criticism.
Yeah, Bundy was a cunt.
But he
didn't like the podcast at all.
But you know what? The fact that he even listened, I think, is a compliment.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck it, dude. Hey, even if you're mean tweeting us, you're the buns, baby. You're the bunster. You're the bunski. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take any clout.
prison podcast.
That's
but
right.
perfect. Yeah, let's do that. Let's crank on first question.
All right, first question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, if you got a question to write in, write it to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com. Or even better, why aren't you listening live, man? We're live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So get on YouTube, give us your comments, give us your questions. We'll read them right here on the show. We're going to take our first one from the wild animals already.
First question. Boyfriend told me that he is never open to moving away from his hometown. I'm 31 and my boyfriend's 32, and he's so fabulous, and we've been together for 6 months now. No one's ever treated me this well. The issue is that I currently live in the Midwest. I moved here for work 2 years ago. I have an okay life here. I own my own home. I love my job and a career. And some of my hobbies are possible here in this location. But I'm from the West. I spend summers dreaming of trail runs and canyoneering and kayaking in sandstone canyons back home. And I miss my family. I do have dreams
She's
of
from like the hills,
moving
like the
back
mountains.
to Colorado.
Oh, dude, Colorado rocks. I've only been there once.
That is actually
And I'm from the
good.
Midwest, and it sucks, dude. I'm so on her side.
My boyfriend never went to college, but works as an engineer, meaning that his options would be extremely limited if he tried to leave to work in an equal role because he does not have a degree. But he's an engineer in his family's successful business, a business that's literally just him and his dad, and they've spent their whole lives building. He will never leave. Plus, he loves where he's from. And even though we go hiking together, it's not the same as Colorado. He's never outright said that he would never ever move until this weekend. We were hiking and he told me that he has obligations to his family. Basically, his parents won't be able to pay their mortgage once they retire if he doesn't contribute to work for the business.
Oh, dude.
And he wouldn't waste his dad's lifetime of work, and his sister's 2 small children don't have a dad, so he is obviously very involved in their lives as well. He acts like he had no idea the whole time that he's been dating me that I'd like to have the option to move back west at some point.
Yeah. I wonder what
asked him.
state she's in right now. I wonder what god-awful flyover state she's in.
I
right now.
asked him if I got a great job offer in Colorado from 2 years from now, if he would come with me, and if he would come with me, or if he would just wave goodbye. He said basically yes. He also asked me, quote, "Do you just want to date for like 5 years until you're ready to move back to Colorado?" Spoiler alert. No, I don't want to date for 5 years and then just move back to Colorado.
She was none too pleased. She wrote that whole thing in caps locks. And she put in parentheses, if this is being read on a podcast, scream this motherfucker.
Can we just take a moment and empathize with the fact that they not only have a mortgage, they have his parents' mortgage
Yeah,
as
what
well.
kind of shit is that?
That's how hard it is out there nowadays.
Yeah.
With inflation.
Wait,
wow.
is
So,
this-
yeah,
is
that's-
this
Thanks
the
a lot,
end?
Biden.
Did we finish?
Yeah, that's the end.
Okay.
She then goes on to express a bunch of feelings that really are pretty unnecessary for a Reddit question, in my humble opinion. But she then essentially summarizes the question by saying, "What do I do?"
Right.
Am I a cunt for just going, I think you answered your own fucking question?
Yeah, this guy sucks.
You guys break the fuck up. Like, this is
Yeah.
obviously not gonna work. Like, you don't need anyone's advice.
I
Like,
feel like
No.
if that had kept going, it would have been like, he's awful in the bedroom. He hates my animals. He smells like cheese. Like, it's just like, okay, I think we
this is
got it.
obviously-
Calls me another woman's name. Sometimes another man's.
I
It's
just
fucking
want to
crazy.
talk about something else other than how your grass is growing.
I mean, this was like, all right, you guys had your 6 months of hanky-panky.
There is some of this.
Handshake and leave.
Some
Yeah.
of this though does sound like a Hallmark Channel movie. They're
it
hiking, and
does.
Yeah.
she's like, "But I want a kayak."
Uh-huh.
Like, there's just
Yeah.
something about it where I'm like,
And
just gets worse and worse.
And weirdly,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
has the broken off wing of an angel statue that she found when
Yeah.
she was a little girl, 8 years old, and he has an angel statue with a broken wing.
"Oh no,
God.
what will happen in
What
Act
if
3?"
Yeah.
What if
Yeah.
it's the same angel wing?
But what's gonna happen is she's gonna move to Colorado because we're gonna button up this Hallmark story. He's going to open up the one branch, meaning just himself, of his father's company that happens to be in Colorado.
Yes.
He's an engineer, and he's like, "Babe, I can't. Like, where do they need engineers? Like, I gotta be
know.
here in Albuquerque or wherever."
Not to dummy explain engineering, but like a 2-person engineering company. This is a father and son. What is this? Do they also sell bait? Do they design bridges and sell fucking worms? Like, what is this?
I do have to. I want to know what he engineers. Like,
Yeah.
it sounds so specific.
I'm
right?
gonna say,
It's gotta be.
Being from the Midwest, I'm gonna say it's something in like the oil industry. You know, like even though like there's not as much, you know, it's not booming like it was.
I was gonna say, man.
I would say something in the oil
Do
industry.
they engineer just like the spring that is needed on the gas nozzle?
Yeah.
Like we're
Yeah.
the
I
only
wonder,
fucking
is
spring
it
company.
is it an old timey storefront like McMurray and Sons
They actually
engineering?
There's honor
they
in
engineered the
springs, son.
outfit.
There's
Yeah,
honor
yeah.
in springs.
Yep.
Never fly too high, boy. We're
Yeah.
spring people. We're spring people here.
This town
Yeah.
was built on springs.
Okay, I want to start off by saying this before I give my real opinion. And I do feel for this guy in the sense that I think it's unfair for, you know, when parents sort of put their financial obligation onto their kid. You know, when they say, "Okay, listen, I raised you. If you don't pay my mortgage when you go," it's like, well, that's not fair.
I mean, we all
You
get
know.
it passive aggressively from
Sure,
our
sure,
parents,
sure.
but it's not overt. Like, here's my mortgage.
Yeah.
Like,
Right,
it's not.
yeah.
You know.
And then also we've got the sister who sounds like, you know, like a townie that got knocked up a couple times, you know. It's
Yeah, dude, she
whatever.
rocks.
I'm sure those kids are gonna turn out to be rocket
God bless the
scientists.
sister. Like,
Yeah.
you know, live your truth, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway, so
Why
I'm
ain't
just saying,
the parents bothering her talking about, oh, get an IUD because we don't want to pay rent and we can't have you
So-
spending all that money on baby formula that you should be spending on us.
So now to my advice then, the real advice for the question is every person in this guy's family is really relying on him for better or worse, and he doesn't either realize or care. Everyone is milking him in some way, shape, or form, and I'm sure it's, you know, it's all
Well,
consensual.
he also
it's a
said that
relish-
he
yeah.
liked it. He also was like, I
That's
like
his-
where I live.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Dude,
here.
it kind of sucks that he's
So-
like the patriarch of the family as the number 2 man on the totem pole of a 2-person engineering firm in rando flyover
He
state.
sounds like he likes his square suit.
Yeah, so
he sounds like he's happy
so
in
that
his
so
square
that's
suit.
what I'm saying is that he's saying this is this. So then therefore, so she comes into the picture. If he's not willing to turn any of that around for you, this is a situation where it's either fuck yes or fuck no. Like, and this is a fuck no situation.
This is a fuck no. This is a
Yeah.
God bless but fuck no.
Yeah, great. Thanks for the good sex. Had a great time. Really loving Missouri. You guys are getting better. I'll say. Okay.
I do have
Now
to
I'm
say.
gonna go back to Colorado where weed's legal.
Now,
Thanks.
I gotta say though, as New Yorkers, where I do have to say, I felt like her complaint. Like, I'm sorry, but like, you own a house.
Yeah.
Where you are, you have a career, you have a dude who you apparently regularly fuck, and he's an engineer. But she's complaining that she can't kayak enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
That's a good point.
I do have to say, like, okay.
Well, this is why I have a
really-
special hatred for her. Someone who slags off lazy rivers like that. Listen, I
dude.
have no space for.
Yeah.
You don't want to go into the local lazy river. Hey, how about you fuck right off?
I got
okay?
one hand
I
for
have
the
no
hoagie,
space for you.
right?
I'm
One hand for the
sure
beer.
there's
Why do I want to fuck with someplace I got a pad?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a pond.
There's
that
got to
you-
be a pond,
you
a
can
lake,
canoe.
a
Yeah.
river.
They sound like pond people. That's right.
Yeah.
They're pond people.
They're pond.
They're pond people. They work for the spring factory.
There
The spring
are-
shop. Sorry, spring
Maybe
shop.
there's a marsh. Maybe
Well,
there's
there's
a marsh.
also that smaller one. It's called a creek.
No, they call it crick.
A creek.
They call it crick.
You
Yeah,
could
they
go.
got
You
it.
could go in the.
Yeah.
You could kayak in the creek.
So I kind of am like, lady, I'm just like, you know what? I'm sure. Call me when he fucks your mom. I think you're fine.
Yeah.
Like, this is a pretty cut and dry problem. You guys aren't meant to be, but enjoy the house that you own.
That's
Go-
a pretty good. It's a pretty good point you bring up, and it's funny you mentioned that. Joel on YouTube says, "This is a strange question. Is the boyfriend by chance the father of the sister's kid?" He says
No,
that would
this
make
has
more sense for the
no-
show. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Well, for the show, certainly, but that's because we always sort of, drag the bottoms of the chili pot. So,
Yeah.
no, in this situation, again, it just sounds like, the family is, they they gravitate towards each other. They're never going to leave, and that's just how it is, you know.
Yeah,
but also, here's the other thing.
It's a nice little toxic codependent, like little family unit.
Yeah.
But also, the other thing I want to say about the person writing the question is, I think a part of her just wanted to flex a little bit and see where the relationship is going, because it's been 6 months. Where is this going? I'm 32. You know, she wanted to flex a little bit and say, oh, but don't you love me so much that if I moved to Colorado, you'd move too? And he was like, no.
He said, fuck
and
them
she,
Rockies.
you know, like, I really do think that she was trying to test the relationship, and now she's on Reddit crying about how he's not going to commit to her. I think she knew this. Like, I think she knew it.
Yeah,
secretly.
and also I think she was bragging a little bit to us. She's just like, kind of like, we got a house, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm really good at kayaking, but also him.
And I
like,
have a career. Like, it's fine.
I'm a kayaker for career.
I just miss the sound of the Colorado winds. Like, it's just,
I know.
And every time
yeah.
we summer at the crick, I just, yeah.
Where's the boyfriend? He's a simple man. He's like, only thing I need from Colorado is you and some Coors, you know? Like, I'm good. I got this.
I'm sorry, but like, also, anyone who uses the phrase canyoneering.
Canyoneering is
I'm gonna have opinions.
I
didn't like that at all. I'm glad you pointed it out.
Can I ask a dumbass New York question? What is canyoneering?
I think it's just you go in the canyon. I think that in Indiana Jones and the last one,
Why would you
the
go in
Holy
a
Grail, I think they canyoneer when
Into
they
the-
just go in the.
Why would you go in a canyon? That seems like that.
Yeah, well, you hate camping of any type.
I hate camping of any kind.
Yeah, but I'm with
don't
Laura.
like
I'm with
nature.
Laura on this. I don't like to go in small enclosed places.
I've seen enough. I've watched Indiana Jones. I've seen enough action movies. I'm not going to go in a canyon. That's
Yeah.
where where the murderers live.
I
don't
feel
know.
like
I
as
went
New
out to the-
Yorkers, we canyon all the time. It's called just walking to where you have to get to because the buildings are so close together. Like that's pretty much
that's close,
canyoneering, no?
Dude, I
you're
went to the
using-
Grand Canyon once. It's fucking awesome, though, dude.
Really? I went once.
But
and I
But
was
did
like,
you
it's a
look
hole.
at it, or did you like go in its depths?
Both. I looked at it and went with that. Like a tunnel.
No.
Yeah. Stood on the cliffs, looked down, all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't do the nature. That's why I live in New York City, because this is as anti-nature as I can be.
Yeah.
Like, we have to literally build our nature to have it. Like, that's how much I fucking love New York
Yeah.
A lot
City.
goes into Central Park. Yeah.
She wants a balcony with a fake patch of grass on it.
I love my fake grass. I love it. I want my concrete air. I love it. It's my thing.
Yeah. A potted plant. Yeah. So I mean, I think that we've given a lot of, we sort of touched on all the points of this question. So
I mean, really,
go ahead.
the more that we talk about it, though, the less I'm on her side. Like, I very much was at first.
I know.
but-
We started like,
Really?
screw this
Yeah,
guy, and now
yeah.
we're just kind of like,
Really?
this silly
Well,
guy.
and here's the thing: is I do normally, when in doubt, err against the person writing the questions, and I try to point this out at least once a podcast for two reasons: A, these people are animals; they're on Reddit. B, this is a source by, for, and about them, so it's their pro-them propaganda. It's their Fox News or MSNBC, their North Korean state-run news if they happen to inherit the entire country. So they'll breeze over details and things like that, and you're like, well, that seemed like that was important. That should be in there. Anytime there's an important detail left out, I always assume that's because it would fucking hurt their cause. And the thing is it's a weird business thing that she's talking about. Like, oh, he's an engineer, which normally, good job. Works at an engineer company with his dad. That his dad owns. However, dad has no money. And his mortgage must be paid. How shitty of an engineering company it is to where your kid and employee is paying your mortgage.
No one's paying for springs like they used to, Jake.
I
No
guess,
one's paying
man.
for springs.
Your grandfather was
Yeah.
an engineer. His father
Yeah.
was an engineer.
Yeah, but this
We
is
engineered the
this
springs.
is
Now
an
they send them all to
excellent point.
Bangladesh. We
Yeah.
still make them by hand.
He's
boy.
Now they
asking-
use magnets.
Yeah, the springs
Plastic
are
is
out,
made by the
Dad.
devil.
We have to upgrade.
But yeah, it is a good point. He's investing his whole career in this business that like seems to be losing money.
And
you
that's
know?
that's
I
what
mean,
seems like is going on. Here's what I think is actually going on. I think this fucking dude is lying to her because she, for whatever reason, it ain't working out between them, and he's like, yeah, just go the fuck back to Colorado. I'm going to make up any excuse I can to stay here, get rid of her. I'm going to start, putting posters of the Rockies around the apartment, make her homesick. Just get the fuck out of here. I'm leaving. I think this is a big excuse.
Yeah.
I think, I would have to agree because, like, when you love someone, you move mountains and you're just like, I don't fucking give a shit. Like, I mean, but it's like, no, honey, you're...
Yeah, right. Because let's do the math on this. Let's do the math on this.
Your boobies aren't that? They're not his. They're not his mountains. They're not his Colorado mountains.
Exactly. He would rather stay
the Grand Tetons
in shitty state for shitty job as opposed to go to awesome state with good job and pussy. Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. He's sick of her. He wants her fucking gone, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just a situation. They probably live in a town where it's limited options. She came along. He was like, "Great, okay, all fine.
Let's diversify this gene pool."
Sure.
Yeah. And then he was like, "You know what? I like big heads and banjos, and this lady is fucking stuck up, dude. Talking about, my web's toes, my toes ain't webbed, like whatever. Like she's got a fucking attitude about it.
I think as soon as she probably said, "I canyoneer," he was like, "Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit."
You mean get drunk in a canyon, right? That's what we do. You know,
any excuse you could think of, like my parents' mortgage. I gotta go.
100%.
But also, to be
you mean
fair,
your boss, and guy that you're inheriting a company from?
Right,
what the fuck kind of company
Yeah.
is this?
Yeah.
What is this? Cut ties, run.
But again, to be fair, I mean, she really is putting these activities above him as well in this question. She comes at him like, I just love canyoneering so much. And, he could have said, well, then you don't give a fuck about me. So then when she doubles down and is like, you'd come with me, right? He's like, nope. I mean, I just, it's such an easy... Anyway, so
this is pretty cut and dry.
Yeah,
Producer Amy on YouTube says, don't remind me of the Grand Canyon worst death trap ever. Yeah, I mean,
Thank you, Amy.
She's scared of heights,
it is
man.
a really big
they
death
decided to go to the Grand Canyon even though they was all scared of heights, and I'm like, that's what this is, man. This is heights. You stand on a cliff, you look down, you're like, holy fuck, that's far way down, and you get a rush. It feels good.
I know a lot of people die in there.
Oh, they didn't know what they was doing. Joel on YouTube says, at Amy, worse than a wedding in Iowa.
That's
Joel on
not
YouTube
true.
says,
It was
Iowa
a fun
has moonshine.
wedding.
Yeah, it was great, dude. Joel on YouTube says, Tetons, no thanks. Tatas, yes, please. Yeah.
Not to correct your French, but it's pronounced Tetons. Thank you, Tetons.
Dude, here's how
There's
trashy I am.
that accent.
I legit don't know what a Teton or a Teton is.
It's a mountain range in Idaho, but it is
That's cool.
But French Tetons is French for boobs or tits or something. Yeah. So
Wow.
so when the French fur trappers came over to Idaho, they saw these mountains and they literally named them Grand Tetons.
See, that's funny.
And it just the name
like those
stuck,
guys.
and so all the French people are in Idaho, like.
Yeah. Dude, I like it. You know how fancy...
And we've never changed it.
But is there anything more
Dude, it
American than just like pronouncing it wrong once and then just being like, well, that's it,
Yeah.
But also, the French, I mean,
Houston or
they've
Houston,
kind
who
of
gives a
accepted.
fuck?
But
I
also,
don't care how
the
they
French
say
have
it.
kind of accepted, they don't come from this puritanical background. They kind of accepted the fact that women have breasts, I don't know, forever ago. And so maybe they were just adults about it. And us, Puritan, scarlet letter Americans are like, it's in boobs.
But here's
You guys called it boobs.
Boobies.
Yeah. But here's why I think it's Tetons and not Tetons, right? Here's what I think happened roughly 300 years ago. I think all the fancy people in French in France, like they stayed there, right? And so they did the and then like they fucking annoyed they like all the Cajuns who would be the Cajuns. They were like, these fucking froggies, I hate them. I'm out, bro. I'm going to America.
Ooh.
And then they bounced. They eventually made their way across the states, going, look, Tetons, y'all. And they just sort of, and they eventually settled in New Orleans and became what would be Cajuns, to where it's like, yeah, they're kind of French, but they're kind of trashy like us.
Right.
So like they fucking rock, whereas like the Paris people are stuck up.
Meanwhile,
Fucking
the Paris
cl-
people,
oh.
they have all this free space now to build a Trader Joe's.
They're
like,
yeah.
it's great.
It worked out, dude. It worked out. We get Mardi Gras. You guys get whatever you do.
Can
Whatever
we
you
have
like
like
over
a
there.
moment of appreciation for like the people of New Orleans? Like they are.
New Orleans fucking rocks,
They
dude.
fucking are
I
amazing.
fucking love New Orleans.
Oh, like
Yeah.
those are some of the best fucking people right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
I
Love the
know.
food. Love the drinks.
Oh, the food. Mm.
Every once in a while, I'm like, I should move there, and then I'm just
dude,
like,
New Orleans rocks.
I think
New
I'd
Orleans rocks.
die of the heat. Okay,
No. You
so
just get drunk. It's
so
fine.
to give final advice to this question, my final advice to this person, to be kind, is
Ew.
you know what? Listen, this guy is just not He's just not that into you. It's totally okay. And also, and that's fine. He's just not that into you. But also know that you put him up against that. I mean, you put the peanut in the nutcracker, and he cracked.
Cracked his nuts, bro.
So it's fine. Now you know the answer. So either make a decision. Do you want to canyoneer for the rest of your life? Or, do you want to be with this
Jesus
guy?
Christ.
And it's totally fine either way. But again, like when you puff up and think, I'm the best person ever because I have like a mortgage. Just know that someone might call your bluff. It's called a movie called Maverick. Got Mel Gibson, Jodie Foster. Great film. They call bluffs a lot in that movie. Just a little bit of a reference. So that's my final
damn
advice.
good movie. Good movie.
Yeah, what about you guys? What's your final advice?
You never saw Maverick?
Okay. It's an old one.
Wait, I thought you said Maverick.
I said Maverick. It's called Maverick. No? With Mel Gibson, Jodie Foster, where he goes on the riverboat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking the new Maverick, the sequel to Top Gun.
Also great movie.
Yeah.
Also call each other's bluffs, though.
Yeah.
Right. It all works.
It all works.
Yeah.
I was the
Maverick,
old one.
was that the card player one?
Yeah.
Where he's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
It was based on an old TV show.
It was based on the one, and they had the old guy in it was his dad, and he was the young one
because that was big in the '90s. Was whoever did the show in the '70s
Maverick was
comes
really
back
good.
and like I'm the grandfather.
It's
of
a good movie.
Yeah.
You know the best movie that did that was Color of Money. With Tom Cruise and Paul Newman. It was so fucking good, dude.
Yeah,
it was the sequel to a movie called The Hustler that was in black and white when Paul Newman was super young. And then he's super old in there, and he's teaching Tom Cruise how to hustle pool.
Wasn't it like
it's
a
fucking
spiritual sequel? Like we all knew that it was a sequel, but like he has a different character name or something. If I remember.
No. He was Fast
Oh,
Eddie.
it is him.
He was
It is
Fast
him.
Eddie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's him. He basically quits playing pool after the first one, and then he stake horses this kid and just fucking goes on the road, and it's a character journey, and it's really good, really good.
I've seen it in years.
Okay. So what other final advice do we have for this person?
Canyoneering should only be referenced at the beginning of an Unsolved Mysteries episode. Leave them and learn to play pool and hustle your way to the top.
Fuck yeah,
Straight
dude.
up. Yeah. Laura, any
All
final
right,
advice?
my final advice is I hope that anybody who can. Oh,
That's
sorry.
okay, you
Go
go.
ahead.
I'm just saying canyoneerings belong with canyoneerings, and pond people belong with pond people.
I'm just saying, I think you guys put sheets over your horses. Just saying.
Just go find, just own who y'all are. Don't waste your time. Go find an uptight canyoneering people and let him find his pond lady.
Yeah. And get over your obsession with pooping in nature. Okay, that's
Ew.
weird.
It's so weird. It's so
It's
weird.
gross.
We advanced for a reason.
It's called
You monster.
evolution. Thank you, Darwin.
Yeah. How bad did you hate watching that movie No Man's Land, huh? Shitting in the canyoneering, shitting in the bucket. It won Best Picture, even though it was fucking boring and I hated it.
Oh, I love Frances McDormand.
I do too, and that's what killed me so much. I love her in everything. She plays every role perfectly, and that character's purpose seemed to be annoying me, and she did it perfect. She did it fucking perfect. That's why she deserves the Oscar for that. But like as a movie, it was shit, and I hated it. And I hate anybody who fans it and canyoneers. I hope they get Gabby Petito'd. I hope the lady writing this question, like, go out there, canyoneer. Don't watch your six at all, and I hope you get. No.
What's watching your six?
Watch your back.
Okay.
Don't watch your back.
Yeah.
Your back.
I didn't know either.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes
Got
sense.
it.
Okay, I learned something.
Okay, so I'm going to teach you that terminology, and we're going to watch Maverick tonight.
There you go. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. You got to know that in a plane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where's the 7 o'clock? It's right back there. Not directly in back, but kind of like back there. But
Yeah.
no.
I'm learning wilderness stuff.
Yeah, dude. I'll be camping in no time. But don't shit
We're
in the
gonna
bucket.
drink water from a grass leaf.
I'm going to filter out my own piss with a coffee urine, and it's going to be delicious. We just have to mix it with a lot of cheap vodka. Vodka.
what's-
How do you think White Claw was discovered? How do you think it was discovered while canyoneering? It was.
So what's your final advice? Because I'm
my
very
final
excited to get
advice.
to the next question.
My
The
final
next
advice.
question's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, that's true. My final advice would be to start an engineering shop on the side of the road in Colorado. And lure him out. Just lure him out and be like, look, it's the same shitty. We're making springs, but in Colorado Springs. You understand?
Yeah.
In a better place than when you are from. I say lure him out with the same type of business. Because let's face it, if this business is so shitty that it's an engineering shop with you and your dad, and he's paying his fucking mortgage, it can't cost that much money to to start up a new one, right? So just start up a new one outside of Colorado Springs or Salida, one of those places. And then fucking drag him out with that.
Or start dating a canyoneering engineer in Colorado and just post everything on social and just be like, I found them.
Yeah, you start engineering canyoneering equipment. Be a canyoneer engineer.
What do canyoneers need? Like, what kind of equipment is needed for canyoneering?
I think
Cavaliers.
First of all, whatever will help them watch their six.
Oh,
Okay, so just... We'll get there. We'll figure it out.
Non-ironic monocles. That's what the fuck they engineer. Those
all right.
douchebags.
Well, we answered that question.
Absolutely.
I think we are more than ready to move on to the next one.
Next question here on the Love Gurus Podcast. People, if you got questions to write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, give us your questions live on the air, man. Give us chats. Give us them live. 8:30 p.m. Eastern every single Thursday on YouTube. Let's take our next one from the Wild Animals on Reddit.
Next question. Wife held a talent show at our wedding reception, and her friend got more attention than she did. My wife and I are both 38, and I've known her since college. I'll get that out of the way first. The past few days have shown a different side of her that's a little surprising, because Kate is her best friend from college. My wife, Nancy, wanted to do a mini talent show for our reception, and she talked it up beforehand, too. She read a poem that she had made for the event, and Kate performed a song that was her original song.
Dude, how much more douchey is this to the term canyoneering? I feel like I owe that last lady a massive apology. Holy shit. I don't want you to get Gabby Petito anymore. I want to Gabby Petito myself for being such a cunt to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. Canyoneering is now just delightful.
Oh, yeah. I want to canyoneer the balls off of my next vacation. That's what I want to do. My God.
Okay, let's keep reading this absolute train wreck.
Long story short.
Too late.
Long story short, one of the guests who I invited is into producing, and he reached out to Kate after she performed. They exchanged information, and Kate was so excited. He wanted to network with her following and to produce her, and she even thanked my wife for hosting the talent show at the wedding. But Nancy became really bitter about it, and that's why I'm writing this. She hasn't responded to Kate's message, and she said that she regretted doing the talent show, too. She also asked me to block Edward, who's the producer, on my social media.
Oh, my God.
I told her...
It's like a really boring Shakespeare play.
That seemed a bit much.
Oh.
She didn't like my answer, and she said that I was wrong not to take her side after we just gotten married.
Wow.
But I told her that she
dude.
should be happy that her friend was noticed. She didn't like that either, and she vented to someone in our friend group that Kate was bragging. And someone was bragging about how she got discovered. She said she didn't want to hang out with them anymore, and that her two girlfriends even commented that she was overreacting and that she was bitter.
Oh,
and
man.
they were surprised that she was
I hope it
acting
ends in murder.
so
I want to see the
petty.
Netflix doc about this.
My wife is still mad at me that I haven't blocked all of these people on my social media, and my dad is now suggesting that we go to counseling.
Fuck me, dude. Dude.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, what do I do? Yeah,
Okay. Couple of writing notes right up top. You never need to type out, well, I guess I should get this out of the way first. You never need to type that.
Yeah.
Also,
especially when it's the first sentence of a paragraph.
Right. And don't say long story short at the very, very top of a long story. That is the end when you're like, well, long story short, I'm fucked. Whatever it might be. Just throw it up there.
Right up top, it was just
point.
misinformation.
Those are good editor notes.
Because he was like, long story short, okay, so, where do
short,
I
It was the summer of 1987. It's
I
like,
was
whoa,
born
dude.
in the fall.
Yeah.
Like, okay. All right.
Now is the winter of our discontent. Like, no, it's not. Come on now.
Okay, all right.
I mean, there's just so much stupid. I know.
Yeah.
Can we?
This is nuts, man.
Can we?
This is
all right,
nuts.
Can we just start? Let's just start very simply. about how she had a talent portion at her wedding.
Already. Right off the bat. This is fucking nerdy. This is ridiculous.
I want to know who else was on the talent show. Like somebody did like a baton routine that wasn't very good.
Right.
You know, like,
And this makes sense if it's like a super hokey, ironic kind of thing. No, they gave a fuck about it. Like they were in final round of America's Got Talent. Yeah. I'm gonna win $1 million. They practice.
So to summarize again, because it does go on, but she essentially had the talent show because she's proud of her group of friends and she wanted to show off their talent.
Apparently not. I mean,
they hate each other.
This is more shitty than when people like require like only wear earth tones at our reception. Like that. Like this is even worse than that.
It's got nothing on that. No one gives a shit about your fucking like. No. Oh my god, that's not worth a 3 meal. Like I said, this compared to the earth tone thing. I mean, I gave that last lady a lot of shit about using the term canyoneering, and I deeply regret it.
Oh my god,
I deeply regret it.
Honey, if anyone invites us to a wedding that has a talent portion, we're not going.
No.
Wow. We're sorry. I love you so much, but we're to agree to disagree. I'm there for the talent show.
No,
but not in a supportive way.
No, see, I'm showing up just in this black T-shirt like Simon Cowell, and I will roast all of these horribly boring, upset women. That's what I will ruin that wedding.
I'm gonna crash that wedding 9 times out of 10.
I want to know, like, was there?
This is the worst wedding reception talent show I've ever seen.
You are the weakest.
You know that the flower girl went up and did like a dumb cheerleading routine.
Yeah.
But was
it was actually kind of cute, but they were all taking it too serious to where now they're shitting on the flower girl. It's just a whole fucking thing.
But wait, so the bride did a poem?
Yeah.
What? You came to a talent show with a poem?
Yeah.
Like, that's just a rookie mistake there. Like, you only got yourself to blame.
Hubris. That's hubris.
In a talent show with a bunch of different acts. Like, hey, I agree, I get it. A good poem's a good fucking poem. But let's face it. In a just a regular any old act talent show, Maya Angelou would have lost to a shitty juggler. All right, that's a way to fucking tell you. You got to know what the hell you're doing. You know?
I mean,
you know that guy that like has like his dirt bike and he can like ride his dirt bike on like I-beams at like 18 feet. Sorry, that guy 100% every day.
I wrote a great poem, but I lost to a shitty dirt bike.
I don't care. You rhymed fate with make. I don't care. Like, oh my god,
To me, it really shows who does not watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
Right. Right. You got to know the audience.
You got to know, because to me, it's like what you learn, because RuPaul's Drag Race like typically has like a talent portion like as like their main challenge, and it's like you have contestants like doing incredibly talented shit, but who wins is the people who rile up the fucking crowd.
Right. You got to know what fucking audience you're in front of. You got to know what they're there for.
What's going to rile it up? Is it going to be a poem? No, it's going to be the person juggling chainsaws. Always.
Right.
It's always juggling chainsaws.
The bride clearly was like, I've got the most expensive dress. This is my day. I can skate by. Or like maybe she
can't rely on a good costume. You can't just do that all the time. This isn't Instagram.
Or we don't know. Maybe she was like going to juggle chains,aws or something, but like she couldn't get them to work.
Dude, I saw a bride in a full princess gown juggling chainsaws. I would fuck yes, bitch. You win. But no, she read a poem. How narcissistic is that?
Right.
Yeah.
In fact, even then, if you do know how to juggle chainsaws, don't do a talent show. Just ting those little glasses together during a session. Right. I have something to say. The way I feel about my husband, I feel he's even cooler than this. Ring ding 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 ding. That would be the shit.
Bride.
You're the greatest bride that ever lived.
Coolest bride. Yeah. No, I still am not over.
So yeah, I mean,
did they put that on the invitation? Like, were people warned?
So no, to be clear, the only people that were invited to perform in said talent show were people that were in the wedding party, essentially like her bridesmaids.
So extra pressure.
Extra.
You're already like, I don't want to buy this.
You already have to pay $300 for a dress. You have to go get your hair done the way that she says.
I gotta fly all the way out to Albuquerque.
You gotta get a spray tan. And then you gotta sing your own song.
Fuck that. I'm glad the bridesmaid won. I'm glad that fucking bridesmaid won. Good for her.
What did she do?
Thank you for saying, because that's what I was gonna say. I feel like this is the one wedding where the bridesmaid pumped on the bride.
Yeah.
It's like I've been a bridesmaid in a lot of weddings, and don't get me wrong, if you guys are watching, I totally had the best time. But I'm gonna say, it's the one time
that was called a lie.
it's just the one time where you know that your job as a bridesmaid, it's not about you, it's about service, it's about what you can do for the bride, it's about her day. So, therefore, this one time where a bridesmaid got discovered at a wedding, I'm sorry. There are millions of women behind me going...
Oh, we got a baby here. Yay! Little Jake.
What do you think, Jake?
I got you some wine. Enjoy.
Yeah, little Jake got his wine. Suzanne, hold little Jake.
Oh, my arms hurt. Ow.
She's cramping up. I'm way behind on comments here, so let me catch up with some comments. Joanne on YouTube says, "Yo, I'm late, so I'm so far behind." Hey, how's it going, Joanne? Better late than never. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, yes.
Amy on YouTube, producer Amy, who was just here holding up little Jake, said, "Hi, Joanne. Supposedly Kate is listening right now, but doesn't know how to connect." Joanne says, "Talent show at a wedding reception. I feel like that would have been rigged towards the bride." Yeah, I mean, you would think that if she didn't write a shitty poem. Like,
Her poem didn't suck balls.
I mean, iambic pentameter is never going to beat a good belt.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry. That like Susan Boyle's a known name for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
This is on YouTube. Wadi El Hudi Expedition says, "Hi, my name isn't coming up properly, Kate." Oh, hey, what's up? This is Kate on YouTube. What's going on?
What's up?
All right. Amy says, "Is that Laura laughing?" Hi, Kate. I brought my dogs. We're being attacked. Joanne says, "Earth tones and be talented." Yeah, I mean that's it's a fucking tall order. Amy says, "Becky, you better wear my bridesmaid dress or register for talent show." Kate on YouTube says, "Talent shows at a wedding means that the speeches are in serious competition for laughs and memorable stories." Yeah, that's fucking rough, man. Joel on YouTube says, "Talent show at a reception, I'd rather go canyoneering." Absolutely. Yeah, dude, fuck this wedding.
I would choose nature over a fucking talent show at a wedding.
Yeah.
100%. Amy on YouTube says, "The flower girl better not upstage my best man speech. LOL, Kate." Joanne says, excuse the groans at the shower there. An excuse.
The groans in the shower. What?
An excuse to let the groomsmen show their boys' band side. Yeah. You can. Yeah, you get to fucking play a gig, I guess. Kate on YouTube says, "I once went to a wedding where the majority of the groom's family could break dance really well. That was a talent show. No one else ever tried to dance in fear of the competition." Kate says, "Hi, little Jake." Joel on YouTube says, "How did the bridesmaid win the contest? Kielbasa." Enough said. Thomas on YouTube says, "I like to karaoke at Joanne's wedding." Yeah. Some inside baseball here. But yeah. Joanne on YouTube had a good wedding. Yeah.
But I think we need to talk about the actual advice. So this is caused problems because she's upset because her friend quote unquote upstaged her.
Sorry.
And
That's
a producer called for her friend. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And now she's getting bitchy.
And thank you. Sorry, what I did not do is distill the real problem. The reason why the person's writing the question is because now this is affecting his marriage. All the wife can focus on.
What's the wife's name? Nancy?
The wife's Nancy. All Nancy can focus on is the fact
she's
that
more of a buzzkill than Nancy Reagan. Fuck her. She sucks.
She really is being a Nancy right now.
So all she can focus on is the fact that her friend got discovered and now has this.
You got married.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Her poem wasn't recognized, so it's now affecting the marriage.
Yeah, she did what you fucking told her
so
to do.
So much so to the fact that the father-in-law, the father of the person writing the question, is like, you guys need to get counseling. This is not normal.
That must be a record.
That's very healthy.
I mean, that's a record.
He must be a gym teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get a...
This is like the scene in Terminator 2 where Edward Furlong sarcastically tells Arnold Schwarzenegger to do something.
Yeah.
And then goes, why did you tell me that? And he goes, because you told me to.
Because
like
you told
that.
me to.
You
Yeah.
fucking told the bridemaid to do it, and she terminated to your ass. You
Here's-
know?
wedding-
Like, you,
Okay,
you, got,
okay.
you suck.
The
Like,
wedding.
She did the assignment.
yeah. She followed it to a fucking T. She A+ did. I'm sorry you're a fucking B- student. You
A
suck.
wedding is
You're
supposed
shitty
to
Paul.
be the place where you relax, where you chill, and like for our rehearsal dinner, we had comedians do a comedy show, and we weren't on it.
We treated our family to a private comedy show.
Yeah.
And they were
love that.
and they were all like, "Don't you want to go?" And we're like, "Fuck no! It's our night off. We're gonna eat pizza and
We're
drink."
drinking and
we
getting.
made
yeah.
our friends go do the work. We were
You
like,
guys had
"No,
pizza at
chill."
your wedding? I had pizza at my wedding.
Yeah.
That fucking rocks. Yeah. We went
That's
home to the
what-
bar and a bunch of pizza.
We did Joe's.
That's the move.
Yeah.
We did Joe's. Who
Yeah,
did you do?
It was a place called Poly Ice Pizza in Iowa City, Iowa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Better than John's on Bleecker.
It was good though.
Fucking
Those be some fighting words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And John's going to lose that one. He's going to go down swinging, just like the bride at the talent show. John's getting his fucking dick knocked in the dirt. That's right.
So here's my final advice to the person writing the question. Clearly, it's a very big red flag, in my opinion, if your wife used your wedding as whatever. It's obviously about her and her attention. But the fact that she is now reeling from the fact that she didn't get enough attention at your wedding is weird, because one would assume that the purpose would be to be elated to get married. The fact that she's not the fact that she goes into these rants and these fits, and she isn't at the end of the day like, well, but at least we had a really nice wedding. Like, our wedding was really... Like, she doesn't...
Right.
She isn't saying that. She is still
Usually,
upset about...
you should be happy
fuming
that,
about
like,
this
I
talent show.
married this person.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Right.
I got married to you!
In
So-
fact, dude, and again, like I said, I like to err against the person writing the question. How shitty of a husband are you that she's still reeling about this talent show? Now I'm starting to fucking kind of.
I don't
Starting
think he's a bad person at all. I think he's actually, again, keep in mind though,
maybe a bit blind.
Yeah, he's blind,
Yeah.
but
And not a great writer.
They've known,
Not enough commas, and you married this dummy that loves talent shows more than she loves
but again,
life.
like,
This is ridiculous.
They've known each other since college, so he's put
Was
it.
he
he's
paying
put
it?
in, put in
Yeah,
the time,
that's
put in the
bullshit
work.
because like shit like this shows up. Like that
Yeah.
means like you were missing some red flags. I gotta
Yeah.
say, my advice is like check and see
100%.
if that marriage license has been filed, and if it hasn't, you may want to pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the same thing. I think that it's so new. I think, is an annulment possible? Try and get him on board with that. Because again, like I think that she's either having a come-to moment, a quarter-life crisis, a midlife crisis.
Nah, this lady
something.
hasn't come in decades, man. I can tell by her
She,
obsession
yeah.
over
She's
talent
She's in
shows.
her 30s. Like you need to be
yeah.
over that
This is
shit.
rough.
Yeah, I just think that, listen, marriage isn't going to work out.
This sounds like a
Can
lady.
you imagine being on your fucking honeymoon and your partner's like, the talent show?
Yeah.
I would fucking...
We're in Aruba. You said you wanted me to buy tickets to Aruba.
I would slug you in your fucking nose, and then I would go to the waiter and go, I just committed an assault. I would admit to it. I'd be like, just book me, whatever.
But
you
everyone
want.
You're
would
embarrassing
be-
me on the gondola. The guy, he's little doing the strokes.
How
He's
many
looking at
times-
us. He's judging me.
But
I'll
everyone
punch
would
him
be
so hard in his fucking face.
But everyone would be on your side. Like they would totally vouch for you. They'd be like, "Oh no, he tripped."
I would have one of those like mug shots where I'm just like, I ain't sorry I did it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I would just be so just, and I would totally do my time for it, whatever the
Dude,
law requires in New York.
I would look
but
like-
I would just punch him so hard in his
Yeah.
fucking face, and then I would immediately either annul the marriage or get divorced.
This
100%.
sounds like one of those women who gets who's gonna get competitive with her kids. Like she sounds like that, like one of those weirdos.
She's got bumper stickers on her
Oh,
car
I'll do
about
you one
what her
better. I think
elementary
this is a
kids are
woman
doing. My
that
kid's in
she's-
chess club.
I'm
My
gonna do you
kid's
one better.
plays baseball. My kid's got a big cock. All those fucking things.
Yeah.
All those bumper
I'm
stickers.
an honor student.
I think it's going to be worse than that. I think she's going to be jealous of her kids.
No, that's what I'm saying. She's going to be competitive competitive with her kids. I
thought you meant with her kids against other
she's
people's
gonna
kids.
be competitive with her kids.
She's like the kid gets recognition and she gets jealous of the kid.
You think it's going to be a total Kardashian situation?
I think it's going to be a mommy dearest situation.
I kind of like Kris Jenner.
I hope.
I'm more of a Caitlyn fan.
For me, I just think this is going to be a karma situation where she's going to have a daughter who's going to be a fucking Britney Spears voice and is going to sing the house. That's what I'm rooting for.
This has Lynn written all over.
You know,
I think she's going to be a worse mother than Marvin Gaye had a father. That's what I think right now.
Oh my God.
Okay, so more final advice.
Final advice. Can we take a moment to sympathize with Howie Mandel, who was at the wedding just to get a free salmon, and all of a sudden he's got to be on? Come on.
What a legend. Love it.
You should know, honey, I'm never going to lean over to you and be like, but my poem was good, right? I'm never going to do that.
Honey, we are never going to put ourselves in that situation. Like, that's just never, like, like they invite us to the talent show wedding and we're going to be like, no, we're canyoneering that weekend. Sorry, guys.
Canyoneering is so much fucking better, especially like, I'm going to do a talent show, and you know what my talent is? Poetry, which, let's face it, poetry is basically like music or stand-up without a melody or a punchline. You know what I mean? So, like, it's pretty much shit. Every poem has sucked balls because it didn't have either punchlines or, like, music behind it.
I'm so sorry, Emily Dickinson.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Emily Dickinson, you know what you can do with your poems, right? It's in. I ain't even gonna make the joke. It's in your last name, son.
But
it's
the good news about like when you slag off Emily Dickinson,
it's funny because she was a lesbian.
Yeah.
Really?
But that's
that lesbian sucked dick. You know what I mean? Like metaphorically.
But the good news about when you slag off Emily Dickinson, you know where you are on her list of people to hate is so low. You know, like it's gonna take a long time for her to get down to you.
Yeah. It's I mean, especially at that wedding of hers. You know what I mean? Her bridesmaid.
Mary
just wrote a better poem than her, and she's never been able to live it down.
You know what? It's going to be really easy for this bride now not to feel competitive with her friends because she's just not going to have friends anymore.
There you go.
Or her husband.
I think it's going to be. You are not going to be competitive with anyone because there's no one going to be around you. You're going to be fine, honey.
Anybody who has worked really hard to get one SAG voucher is not going to be on her side. Like, come on, you worked really hard for that. Come on.
That's just fucking rough, dude.
Don't you talk about my moment at Blue Bloods.
Let's see. We got some comments here. Let's see. Joel on YouTube says, how did the bridesmaid win the contest? Oh, wait. I already read that. Hang on. Amy on YouTube says,
applause acceptance.
Amy on YouTube says, your poem was a 7 and hers was a 7.5. Joanne on YouTube says, you only liked the karaoke because you won the talent contest. Amy says, our vows were only 5 minutes. Open mic.
Oh, but your guys' vows were great. Amy and Jake's vows were awesome.
They were all right. You know what I mean?
No.
They're okay.
They had
give them an 8.2 out of 10.
Their ceremony was awesome.
It's all right.
It was so good.
It's all right.
Yeah.
The rest of it, our vows are pretty good. The rest of it fucking rocked, dude. I'm talking open bar, pizza, whole thing. And best of all, no talent show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No
fighting over bullshit.
Any wedding without a talent show is a good, better wedding.
In fact, I'm glad that she wrote this question because now, even when I'm sitting through one that's got there's like a long religious-y part where, and then nominate departed, I mean, at least it's not a talent show. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, read from the ancient book of Labadida, but like, at least you're not getting mad over a fucking poem that ain't shit.
What is your favorite passage in the book of Labadida?
Labadida? I like the one where it said, if thou has a talent show at the reception, I'm going to fucking stone you. I'm going to fucking stone you.
That was Doodah 15 one.
To the book of Labadida?
Book of Labadida.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
You best not have a boring wedding reception.
That down to message you guys tomorrow. That's the fucking best idea. We're all going to be contributing authors to the book of Labadida.
Labadida. Book of Labadida.
Book of Labadida.
Labadida 217. Best be an open bar. What are we, Mormon? Come on. Nah, we're Labadidians. We're lobbyists. We're lobbyists.
We're Labadidalians?
Labadidalians.
We're Labadidalians.
Yeah. So Astrians didn't get everything right, but the Book of Labadee specifically, if only they would have kept that one around. If
We
only they would have kept it
nailed
around.
the Book of Labadee.
Yeah.
100%.
Book of Labadee wrong.
Did we just start a religion?
I think so. And it's
Okay.
better than most of them out there. You know what I mean? A lot of neat little updates. A lot of neat updates.
A lot of them need updates.
They don't adjust for TikTok. They don't adjust for, there's nothing about subways in there. A lot of them, they're written for older times.
Okay, I think we answered that question. This probably, I'm not saying never, but we have only done 2 questions. So, but based on time, let's do this last question as lightning round. But what I will preface is saying that I think that it's pretty cut and dry as well.
Sure.
So yeah, let's do the last.
Right.
It's the third question. But we'll do it as
Last
lightning
question.
I feel like cut and dry means someone's obviously a dick.
Yeah.
I feel
Right.
like that's what
They've
cut
probably
and dry
made
means.
their decision already.
Somebody is a dick.
round. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Last question on Love Gurus Podcast. People, if you have questions to write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com. Or even better, listen live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Ask your questions right there in the chat. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast. What? If you haven't done it, you're not doing the right thing. Not liking and subscribing to the podcast. Why, that's worse than having a talent show at a fucking wedding reception or going canyoneering when you just make getting drunk in a
What
canyon.
if the wedding was in a canyon and that
It was a talent show, so you could hear the shitty poems bombing off the sides of the
You
canyons
do the
and just
shitty poem and
echoing.
it just comes right back.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
roses
yeah.
are red, violets are blue, 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 blue. Like, yeah, it was
that'd
awful.
be a nightmare. Okay. Lightning round. So what we'll do for lightning round is that we'll read the question, then we'll give a quick go round of what our final advice is for the question. Okay, so lightning round question. Should I tell my ex-wife's friend's husband that his wife cheated on him?
Whoa! All right,
I know.
wait.
I'm gonna.
I got a lot of wine in me.
I'm gonna draw the diagram.
Okay,
Don't get
okay.
upset. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. I'm pretty angry and emotional at the moment, so I figured I should come to Reddit. Okay, good advice.
Goddamn right.
I found out the real
You've
reason.
come to the right place,
okay.
madam.
Okay, so now is when you need to start drawing the diagram in your head. I found out that the real reason my ex-wife left me was to cheat with a coworker. She has another friend, M, who I helped enable certain behavior and also didn't tell me that I was being cheated on. Technically not her job, but I'm bitter as fuck. I kind of want to tell
So M didn't
M's
tell them
husband. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I kind of want to tell M's husband about his wife, about how his wife broke up with him for a night when they were engaged to cheat with him over text and slept with her coworker. Should I tell my ex-wife's friend's husband that his wife cheated? So what happened is this is they've already gotten divorced. It's already an ex-wife. So the person writing the question is an ex.
I need visuals. Okay.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Here we go. This is a beautiful thing about
Okay.
YouTube.
I'll do
This is
it.
beautiful thing.
I'll
There
do
you
it.
go.
Okay.
We gotta have glasses. We
This
can make
is-
this happen.
This is the person writing the question.
okay.
The person was married to.
This is like a shitty opening
Yes.
credits of Game of Thrones. I fucking love it.
Okay. This glass is co-worker of
Of what?
Big Mama. Big Mama.
I don't trust Big Mama's
Big
coworker.
Mama
Yeah.
is okay. So coworker is married to
Yes.
this wine glass. Okay. So this is again differentiating the relationships.
Yeah.
Wine bottles, wine glasses. Okay. So what happened is she cheated. She totally cheated. Boo! You know, whatever.
Oh, you slutty little Magnum bottle.
Wine glass totally knew about it. She was like,
What?
I know about it. She didn't say anything to wine bottle, to male wine bottle.
Sure.
So then they get divorced, whatever. And then she, however, person writing the question finds out that she
Oh, I thought Magnum was writing the question.
found out or cheated on other wine glass at some point during her bachelorette party. He knows about this. So, because she didn't say anything about their infidelity, should he blow up their marriage? That's the question.
Oh. Wow, dude.
Okay.
I mean, that's a level of...
Peter Dinklage Lynch Peter Dink.
Right?
All right.
This we got Half Man here. We got Half Man. She's the hero in the story.
Okay. Okay. So they are, and okay. So she
Wait,
didn't
talking to the mic. Talking to the mic.
Yeah.
Okay. So she didn't cheat on. She
No.
didn't cheat on him with either of these people.
No.
Okay.
It's just so this
Or
and
did she?
Mama Wineglass are coworkers / friends.
Yeah. So they went la 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 la. We're gonna like. Okay.
But again, it's not like the same instance. It's again this is a web of lies that has happened. So yeah, but she knew about all the cheating. Person writing the question is bitter, and he's like, well, I'm bitter as fuck. Should I just blow up their marriage?
Is she like same level of friends with both of them?
Not. We don't know that. We don't know that information. We don't have that information.
I'm guessing no, because again, I err against the person writing the question, and when they leave out details, I have to think that it's convenient. So I think that she very much was more friends with a fat ass Magnum wine bottle here than little regular wine bottle.
Yeah. She's not fat.
It's all right. She's curvy.
She's
like, whatever.
big boned.
Yeah. Why, man? Great, because she's a Magnum bottle. You know what I mean? Like, let's call it what it is. She's a Magnum bottle.
Let me back up before we go to the final advice, because I know we said we are going to do lightning round for this question. The reason why I brought this question to the pod was because typically when we talk about should you it's very common where someone's like, I know someone's cheating. Should I say something? And 9 times out of 10, our advice is no, it's none of your fucking business. It's not your place to insert yourself in the relationship. But the reason why this was interesting to me is because it's the other side of the story. She knew he's so bitter. Should he
still work
back?
together. They still work together.
Back?
And they still work together?
Yeah. So just assume that Mama Bottle and Baby Wine Glass work
Before
together.
we go to advice, let me read the comments. The comments are... Joanne on YouTube says, 20-mile hike to your car out of the canyon. Amy on YouTube says, sorry, this sounds like I have to do 10 sit-ups and 5 push-ups while answering the question. Joel on YouTube says, absolutely do not tell the husband. Blackmail his wife and get some too. If she says no, then by all means tell the husband.
Whoa!
Yes,
That
I
is-
fucking
that
love
is-
that. I love that, and I
Whoa,
hate how
whoa.
close that was going to be to my
That
final
is the
advice.
most internet thing I've ever
Yes.
heard in my
Wow,
life.
Joel.
Goddamn right.
Joel,
Love
Joel,
it.
I love you
Love
so
it.
much. I gotta disagree.
Love it. Joanne on YouTube.
That is some Machiavellian
says,
shit.
yeah, dude. Yeah, you Machiavelli the dick off of this
Yeah, he's
question
playing
now.
3D chess. The
Yeah,
rest of us are,
100%. Joanne on YouTube says, OMG, this feels like a horrible math problem to listen to. Dude, that's why we had pictures. I feel bad for anybody listening to this podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever for many reasons, but especially this. This is why you got to watch the video. We had visual aids
Yeah.
with us.
Well, but it just
Maybe,
shows why we are comics, because we need little pictures to explain.
We need pictograms. We need
not a
pictograms.
good question to pick for
we
an
just,
audio.
we just showed that we all failed the SATs, because there's no way that we would get to like 2 trains leaving the station.
I want to
Yeah.
watch us hearing that in slow motion and just watch us kind of go like,
Show me
Yeah.
what this square will look like in a 90-degree rotation. Ah!
But can I put faces on the wine bottle? Can I put little faces on them? I'm not
Do we
following.
have googly eyes? I'm just so glad that I'm with like my people who also failed the SATs.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to know I'm with y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
So-
I went to one of those high schools for when you get booted out of the regular high school.
Yeah.
We don't know what SAT stand for. That we did not take them. Half of us had fucking ankle bracelets on. You know what I mean? Like, we did not have SATs. We had probation officers. That's what we had at my school. It was very different. Joel on YouTube says, the writer sounds like a vindictive prick. I like him. Amy on YouTube says, how much, OMG, how much attention does this guy need?
yeah.
It's pretty
Okay,
wild.
Yeah.
can I do my final
Of course you can.
Hoosie?
Of course you can.
When you need a whiteboard and visual aids and magic markers to explain your crusade for justice to anybody.
Yeah.
It's pretty well.
I think you can probably let it go. When you have to go like, no, but you don't, like, here... Like, no. Like, then we're done.
Right.
Bro, you sound like real life Dwight from The Office right now.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
my
that's what
God,
you sound
he
like.
does.
You got the shitty haircut. You got the fucking attitude. Everything right now. Everything right now. You sound like Office politics QAnon.
Yeah.
People fucking don't even like making eye contact with you on your way to take a piss, man. You are a very uncomfortable dude to be around.
All
right, do it.
Burn it down.
I love chaos and drama. Just
Yeah,
fucking do
dude.
it. Just fucking do it. Light those
Fuck
matches.
yeah.
Light those matches, asshole. I don't care. I got
Yeah.
no stake. I'll just.
You were sitting quietly while we were all like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
There's no way. And then you were just like,
I like it.
Nah,
Yeah,
do
I
it.
like him.
Fucking do it. You know what? I love wine, and I burn it down.
Goddamn
Burn
right.
it down. Why not? Why the fuck not?
Okay.
Season 1 of your show sucked, sir. It's on like Paramount Plus at best. If you take Laura's advice, you're getting picked up by HBO Max. The choice is yours.
Honestly,
the choice is yours.
This is going to make a great TikTok later. It's going to make a great series. I'm going to enjoy the shit out of it. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Burn your life to the ground. Do it for my entertainment.
Do it and write us back. And either
Yes.
throw it on Reddit and hope that we find it, or write it directly to loveguruspodcast.com, or even better, find us live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Come on, tell us how it went in the chats. Bring Magnum bottle with you. You know what I mean?
Well,
Bring
next
Magnum
time,
bottle.
bring a whiteboard, dude. Jesus.
Yeah,
I know.
This was fucking
Yeah.
complicated.
So I'm actually going to couple on to the first piece of advice that was given. I think that he shouldn't. And the reason why is because if he's going to show her that he is over her, really what his goal is to scar Magnum Bottle. It's to scar his ex-wife. So if he just walks off, messy hair, don't care, blocks all of them on Instagram, doesn't even get involved in their petty bullshit, and then, he in a year's time, oh my God, he invested in that? Oh my God,
That's
he's
right.
so rich now?
Yeah.
He's better than you. Screw you, Magnum Bottle, with your fat ass and your drama.
That's what I'm saying, guys. It's about the slow burn. I said it at the beginning of the podcast. I'm saying it now. It's about the slow burn.
Joel on YouTube says SAT at Jake's school meant stay after today.
Yeah. But that's my final advice. Or do you want to do the comments before you do your final advice?
No. I just caught up on him. Yeah.
That was it.
That was it. Yeah. My final advice is going to be. I'm going with the first advice. Like, I really do want you to do this just because it's going to be more chaotic. Like, just fucking burn it all down. And I kind of want
do the Loki. Do the Loki.
Yeah,
fucking
just do it. Yeah. It's be the guy Michael Caine was talking about in Batman when he said, some men just like to burn it all down. Be the man who burns it all down.
Yeah.
That's fun. But then there's also like a thing, you still kind of work with her. You could pull a Dwight in the Office move where you blackmail her, not the fuck necessarily. I feel like you're kind of not that into her. Like, she's probably not that hot. You know what I mean? So
I don't think he wants to have sex with her.
He doesn't at all.
It's just revenge.
It's just revenge.
So then blackmail her so that she pays for your lunch for a year.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Like, do something useful.
You ain't staying late a single day for the rest of your life, buddy.
Oh, yeah. She's alphabetizing everything now.
That's right. You're Dwight in the Office going, I've got Kevin doing all of my paperwork because...
You've got the top shelf in the company refrigerator.
Sure.
That's right.
Sure.
That's right. And any fucking lunch that goes on that middle shelf that her shit's on now. You got that. She's bringing you little Debbies and stuff, dude. You got those little, remember them ho-hos? You know what I mean? It was the chocolate thing.
Remember the ho-hos.
Remember the ho-hos?
That's the whole point of the question.
Yes.
We're a cosmic brownie household.
There we are.
The secret is you microwave it for 18 seconds.
Yeah.
In case anyone was wondering.
What? No, but sir, you don't have to microwave it for 18 seconds.
Somebody look at somebody.
Nah, that cheating whore who lied to you has to microwave it for 18 seconds. 17.5. If you make her microwave for 18, but that last second, pull it out and tell her you know the difference. You know the difference. And your husband's about to know a lot of shit too. If you fucking do, if you run it the full 18, or if you do it for only 17 even.
You don't have to be tone police.
That's right.
Because she is now updating your toner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there red M&Ms in my jar, lady? Then your husband's getting a fucking text. You take the red M&Ms out. That's right.
I love it. I love it when we end a question all on the same page. I think this has been a great podcast.
This has been an awesome
we
podcast.
We answered all the questions.
Yes.
So good.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much to all the listeners. Until next week, remember to like and subscribe to podcast. Whatever you do, like and subscribe. Give a shout out. Share the episodes. Thank you to our two awesome guests. Thank you to Laura High. Thank you to Dave Columbo. Thank you to the listeners, especially the people that were live in the chats, man. Thank you as always to Joel. Thank you to Joanne. Thank you to producer Amy, to Tom, to Kate. Until next week, like and subscribe. Listen live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Until next time, later.